What in the world is that bright thing? That is the sun, ladies and gentlemen. It has finally come out here in Alabama. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's going to be a good video, so you'll need to watch to the end. We are finally going to be getting out of the shop. We're going to be getting out into the fields and doing some work outside. So, as you can tell, I'm in my Rogator and I'm getting ready to do some spraying today on our pastures, our hay fields. And right now I'm getting prices and trying to figure out what chemical I'm going to use on what fields. And what I'm doing is it's called a burn down, and it's going out there and spraying late February, 1st of March. Going out there and killing any volunteer grasses that we don't want out there and any winter weeds that's up. So after I spray it and we have that first cutting of hay, it will be a clean, perfect cut of coastal Bermuda. This is what I'm talking about in the hayfield when I said winter weeds and volunteer grass. Here you got your volunteer ryegrass, and then also mixed in is your henbit. This got the purple flowers. And then it's also some vetch out here and a lot of other mixed in winter weeds. But basically what I'm going to be doing when I spray this is going to kill everything that's here in the hayfield. Well, I was getting ready to spray, and what in the world happened to the weather? I mean, it all of a sudden was sunny, warming up. Now it's gone back to overcast. And as you can see, if you look behind me at that pier on that pond, you see that tarpaulin? Anyway, it's whipping in the wind. The wind's picked up. We're that dot right there, and you see the rain. And then I click on the cloud, and there's some up in Georgia, Tennessee, but none right here where we are. I decided I'd ride over here to the field where I was going to spray and see how windy it is out here. But as you can tell by this ribbon, it's way too windy. You do not want to spray in wind like that, because you don't want any of it to drift off. You want it all to go to the ground because you paid for it. And number two, it looks like it could rain any minute. We will probably circle back around lunch, and maybe I can spray it then. So we're moving on to the next project. Got James, Josh, and Wayne. They are taking up more fence. And you may say, Daniel, why are y'all taking up so many fences? Well, a lot of these fences used to be pastures where we used to have cows, and we're not taking down every fence. We'll leave the fences like on the borders of the fields, where, you know, won't interfere with if we turned it into a row crop field. But for instance, like, and I'll show you right here, but this fence right here, we took it down because it was in the middle of the field, and if you were going to row crop this and you were coming down through here, you would have to go around this fence that was right here to get to this side. So it just really didn't make sense to leave this one. We don't have, you know, it's just in the way. But we'll leave the ones on the borders of all the fields on the edges. But what James is doing right here is he's coming through here with the Komatsu loader, and he's scraping all these briars and stuff, and just kind of clean that up. It's got some little trees and stuff, and he's dumping that in the woods. So that's what the other crew is doing. I don't even know where Dad and PA is. Oh yeah, PA's been at Panther Creek for like 3 weeks, it feels like. He's been out there preparing to put a fence up for deer and hogs. So I think Dad went out there to check on PA to see what kind of progress he was making. But That's a whole nother job we're gonna do, but you'll see it. It'll be on the later videos. While we hold off on the spraying, I'm going to take this tractor, the 8320, and I'm going to unhook the Paratil from it. Won't be using that this week. We might be able to do some disking on another farm later on this week. It may be dry enough, so I'm going to hook this tractor and our other Case 340 up to our Landau disc and get them ready to go. Golly, the battery is completely dead. It won't do anything. What that beeping noise is. Screens won't even come on, the battery's so dead. Dad's gonna be thrilled about this. You won't believe this, but the battery is completely dead.
Holy cow. Completely? Won't even click?
The screens won't even light up.
Shoot. Alright, I'll come get you.
Okay.
Alright, I'm coming back.
Does anybody have this much battery trouble as we do? Seems like every tractor, I'm scared to crank it up. How do we do it? That's not even high. You gonna do it? Oh my God. Woo! Having problems with the generator. We can't get power to the coming from the generator to the battery charger. This needle should move over when we turn it on, but we're not getting any juice. Dad's looking at me like I'm crazy. We're gonna back it up, the truck up, or we can hook the charger right into the generator and eliminate the extension cord. We're gonna see if it was bad. Charging now. The extension cord we had was bad, not the generator, the cord, but we're good to go now. he got a little close to my truck. I was sitting there going, oh, oh. He didn't stop. I don't know how he didn't hit my truck. He missed it. Couldn't get the generator to work. I mean, it was working, but we couldn't get the tractor to even, the motor to even turn over. So we were wasting our time, so we went ahead and took the batteries out. And the big mystery is we had just put these batteries in maybe a month ago. Both of them are brand new, which is kind of confusing. I'm not going to blame the batteries yet, because I think something drained them. I don't know what was left on or what power was going to it, but it completely drained it. And I was the one that was running that tractor last, so I don't think I left anything on. But anyway, long story short, we're going to take them to the shop. We're going to plug them up at the shop and see if we can get one of these batteries to take a charge. And if they'll take a charge, then the batteries are alright. Got the batteries on charge. The first battery is taking a charge, so we'll put it on just 12 volt 20 amps for 1 hour, and we'll come back and check the other one, put it on charge, and then we'll probably let them just sit here overnight in the shop. And once we get them charged, and we'll check them in the morning, and just to make sure they still held their charge before we put them back in the tractor, because I don't know if you've ever taken a battery out of a John Deere tractor, but it is hard to do. It's in a bad spot. But that's what we'll do. And if they, in the morning, if they still have a good charge, then we'll slap them back in the tractor and keep going and try to figure out what drained them later on. But it's lunchtime. I'm gonna go get lunch. Still a little too windy to go spray, so I came down here to Blackwell's Bend. And I was going to check to see how dry it was, to see if we can come down here and disc and smooth out this land tomorrow. This is where they got to whenever they were down here plowing. Anyway, they got to right here. As you can tell, this is ready to plant. All this behind me is good and smooth, ready. And this is what it looked like before. This is where they stopped. So if it was dry enough, we'd start right here disking and running the rolling basket. But I don't know, looking at the land, a little on the wet side to me. Another thing I like to do when I'm out here checking the field, what I'm checking for with this thing, this is a probe, and what I am checking for is compaction. And by what I mean by compaction is all the equipment running over the ground. How hard has it made this ground? Is it too hard for the plants to even shoot roots down in there to grow the roots? So what I do is I take my probe, and if I can go down with one hand pretty easy, 9 to 10 inches, you don't need that for corn, but I like to do it for cotton. But see how far I went down. So that's way more than 10 inches, but I just walk around and you'll check it. And what I do is I try to get right on a row. As you can see, this green weeds right here was a row of soybeans, and that is where the next crop row will be, right on this row. And what I'm getting at is when we ran paratills across this, that yellow plow that I was showing you, it broke that soil down up under there. And so you always want to probe it right where the row is going to be, because now we're running GPS. We can put it dead on that row every year. it'll be in the same spot. So stick it right on the road, try to go down, and that's where it was. Alright, finally made it back to the shop, and I'm gonna get to spraying. I gotta fill up my Rogator first. The winds have died down, sun's out, perfect weather to get a few loads out. So let's go get something done, and I might even fly the drone. Let's see what I do. Y'all stick around, let's finish up this video. Give me a thumbs up if you've liked it so far. What I'll be putting out on this field in the valley, it'll be Prowl H2O, and that's gonna handle gonna really help take care of a lot of the grasses that we have trouble controlling. And then I'll be putting in Gramoxone at a quart to the acre. That's gonna kill anything that's out there right now, anything that's alive, all the weeds, grasses. It's gonna smoke everything right now. And then a gallon to the acre of the Prowl H2O is gonna keep any grasses from coming up later on. It's gonna let the coastal Bermuda thrive, and they'll have no competition basically. So I'll be pouring in a lot of jugs of this, and about 9 jugs of this. So probably gonna do a time lapse on this one. Oh man, I told you it was a lot of jugs. 43 jugs. Normally I don't, if I have to pour that many in, I will get a tote 250 gallon drum of it or whatever, and I'll have an electric pump that'll pump it in there for me, and I'll meter it out. But wish I would have had it this time, but since I'm only doing 2 fields with that Prowl, I just got it in jugs, so it's not that bad. But if I had to do a lot of loads like this, I will definitely be getting a pump and a tote. So anyway, sun's going down. Let's see if we can get something sprayed today. Come on, you made it this far, come on to the end, you can do it. guys, that's gonna be it. I didn't quite get finished spraying that field, but I will probably hit it tomorrow and finish up. But as you can see, it's getting dark and I'm headed home. Anyway guys, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and if you hadn't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because there'll be plenty more videos of farming going on in the next couple of videos. So anyway, stay with us guys, it's gonna get exciting here. So see you in the next one. Thank you.